Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Gaming Gryphon. This is our Minecraft Blockception Let's Play, and... oh, crap. That's never good news. That's a creeper. I did want to give you this nice, big, dramatic, you know, what we're going to do, because it's actually been a while since I've been here, actually, honestly, working. He'll probably explode me later, but we're actually going to be up here. I know you guys, I mean, this pillar here marks my underground hovel that we've been, you know, that you primarily see, but this right here, this mountain is actually the reason that I picked this area. I mean, it's very nice that there's forest right here, there's sand right here. I mean, there's caves like it's going out of style just all over this place, but that view, that vista, as it were, is actually the reason that this place was picked. Oh, hey, zombie flesh. Maybe that'll come in handy later. Alright. So, there's a couple of things I really could do with this whole area. I mean, you could put a very, very impressive castle just all the way across that, but I kind of... that's not exactly what I want to do. What the grand vision, what the long-term goal for this whole place is, I actually want to make kind of like a sky city, as it were. I'm thinking the goal, the end goal is, I mean, I'm hoping to make this thing very, very impressive. But I'm also wanting to make it kind of, I don't want to say, it's not going to be steampunk or anything like that. It's think like zeppelins and balloons and all of those things. That's kind of going to be the general theme. So I figured it's time to get started, because you know what, I'm seriously tired of living in a hovel. It's actually time to get this nonsense on the road. So I marked this as kind of my beginning. This is kind of where I set up my very first, and then I went strip mining for ages and ages. But I've got a little bit up here. This is just stuff I'd left up here. I'd actually kind of forgotten, where did I get? I must have brought that from one of the farms. Okay. So the goal is to actually get this started and to actually get some farms going, because I need to actually get some basic resources underway. So if this marks kind of the beginning point where this is all going to base off of, kind of this general area will be like the city center, and then everything will go from here. I'm thinking the first goal is going to be actually getting set up with like a town square sort of thing. So I think we're gonna actually, we'll start there. Now this is a lot lower. I don't think this is the level I actually am going to get started at. And cobble is definitely not going to be the product of choice. But it will be a very good way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? For the very lowest area, what I guess I'll call like the common area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haha. Just a little extra. Yeah, that gives you a good view. That's pretty good here. And am I still on short render? I know for a while there I was... controls, no. Video settings, no, it's on far. Huh. Okay, oh well. So, this right here will mark, I think, the beginning edge. I think I want to go out towards the ocean more than towards the, like, the desert and all of that. So I think this right here is going to mark the very front, like the entrance, the grand start of the... So I think right now what we're going to work on is getting it spaced out, because I can't really do a lot without an outline. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And these are very subject to change, by the way. It's just kind of what I'm going to start with. I need somewhere to actually get started, if that makes any kind of sense. Oops, I lost count there. When I'm talking to you guys, I can't count for beans. What can I say? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, I didn't lose count. Go me. Look at me all fancy like. So double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, so once we get this outline, and what we're making right here, what I hope this will eventually turn into is actually kind of like the, I want to say like the market. So while it's not immediately useful, I kind of want to have it, oopsies, have it kind of laid out at least. That way I can build everything around it, because it'll kind of be like the town center. And it's probably going to be some of my like basic storage, not tons of it, but just like the items I want to be able to just grab and go. So it'll be interesting. Oops, I was off by quite a few, wasn't I? Oh well, not a big deal really. And the interesting part is going to be how I decorate all of this. I mean, usability, it's not that hard to get this usable, but I mean, how am I going to emulate it being floating in the air is going to be the really fun part. And I'm going to need sheep. Lots and lots of sheep. That's actually probably going to be a priority just because so much wool is planned for these various areas. So, while not necessary for survival, for the project's sake, I'm definitely planning on getting sheep pens together sooner rather than later. Huh. Yeah, this is definitely not big enough. I'm probably going to have to double it up. Oh well, it's good enough for now, and I'll probably just use cobble because I've got a lot of it. It's very easy to replace this later on. Even if I lose the cobble, if it falls down, not any real big loss. Since this is just kind of the work area to get everything based off of, it's not a big deal. This can be done later instead of prioritizing it right up front. I can do this when I've got a little bit of time to kill, and I'm really, really sick of doing all the other things. That happens from time to time. So, what I really want to do is start getting all of my farms set up here. Like, tree farms, for example. I'm probably going to just set up tree farms right up here so I don't have to go down, logging and stripping the forest over there. Much, much easier to just have some nice little tree areas right up here to deal with all those issues. I will be severely disappointed in myself if I did not bring enough cobble. I will admit. I've got plenty more down in the mining center, but I really don't want to spend the entire episode running back and forth. That would be irritating for all of us involved. And I am definitely short. Nuts. It's gonna just be ugly for a minute here. Because I really just want to get this finished and lit, specifically as a concern. You know what? We will go every 2. I do not want to be messing around with anything spawning up here. That is going to be... Oh, I forgot. I'm sure I'll have to head back to the caves at least once this episode, so I'll try to remember to show you folks what I managed to get from the nether before it actually got reset. I got some decent loot. Screw it, one in the corner. This is not the final lighting. Oh, goodbye, torch. This is just keeping the monsters from eating my face. That's kind of the whole goal. Screw it. One for you. So, hip, 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 hip. Now we just go random. Yeah, da-da. Oops, a little too close there. Ooh, forgot this edge. Oh well. Alright, now hopefully I can keep anything from spawning up here. That should be good enough. Alright, so figure... Yeah, I was close, right? Yep, right here, okay. So figure if this is kind of the area where visitors not coming in on imaginary skyships. So if this is kind of where they get to come up, this will be the entrance. This will be the visitors center, the market, the welcoming center, as it were. The center of commerce. So, figure it's probably going to be... Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be at least another 10 long, pretty easily. Because this is also going to be where a lot of the other areas link into in the end, if this goes. And I need to keep in mind, this is going to be... It's not going to be a flat build. Actually, that's something I definitely need to keep in mind. This is going to be a multi-layered. They're not going to necessarily be on the same level. So, like, for example, if I wanted the tree farm to be down, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. And then if I wanted another one to be up, like the farms, for example. Okay, that's interesting. All right, let's just dump some useful items right on there. Alright, so I've got some oak wood. And this one's going just a little bit by the seat of the pants here. This one's... How these get put together is going to influence how everything else gets put together. So these ones can be a little more fluid. They can have a little bit of leeway. To a certain extent. I do have to remember, though, if I want my edges to come out, and I think this is the only one that's... I really want it to have a fairly definite shape, and I really don't want to fall, in point of fact, because I see at least 2 creepers that would delight in just blowing me off the face of the Blockception server. Stupid creepers. Stupid, stupid creepers. And again, please forgive the horrible use of multiple building materials. I'm just trying to get my outlines set up here. And you know what? If all I do is get, like, the marketing area outlined, that's not the end of the world. Since everything's kind of going to build off of it, it would be a very good thing to get this kind of set up. I'm not sure. I think in the end that will probably go away. Probably. I'm not entirely sure. I'm also not sure what the long-term solution for getting up and down from here is. I mean, I could set up an Endervator, which is where you use Ender balls. That's not a terrible thing, but you know what? I have terrible luck with those systems. They always seem to decide to kill me on random intervals, and I'm never a fan of that, let's be honest. So it might be that this area has, like, stairs or a ladder or whatever I happen to dream up. That one's kind of up for debate. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that one just yet. But that should at least be the start of an outline for the market area. So, the question is, where do I want to start the farms? Do I want to go left or right? Let's take a look at the views, because that'll actually influence. That is a very nice view. I mean, that forest is just really beautiful. Alright. I mean, it's a little hard to tell since it's night. But I think I'm going to declare that farming will be over this way. Which means, since that area is lower, so I can probably afford to go and have those be like a few steps down. Maybe. Maybe. But over here, I definitely want to go up. So I'll rough it in with this. Oh, I'm not going to rough anything in. I'm going to run around with some torches. We accept no spawns. Monsters get no citizenship is awarded. I'm sorry. All right, there we go. Hopefully this will prevent all spawns. But I'm gonna say dead center off here is going to be the path for the farming area. So we will start by going up, and I'm not sure how the stairs are going to work. That's going to be a theme decision that may very well change as the city kind of comes to me. I have a general feel for what I want to do, but this one's going to be interesting. I thought that creeper was riding that spider, and I was about to really start fearing for my life, because that's just not okay on any sense of the word. So, I mean, the thing is, I need some space, because if this is going to turn into like the floating gardens, as it were, this is going to take some space. So I need to not be afraid to spread out here. And I need to not be stingy with my spacing just because I'm starting to run a little low on materials. I have plenty of materials. I just need to take advantage of them. And there's probably going to be a pretty serious logging expedition, but I'll do that on my own time. I think I'm going to have it centered over this little plateau over here. So there's going to be some serious walkways. And the nice thing is I can put all sorts of nice, interesting little things over to the sides. I'm just working on getting the main bones. After that, the flavor, I adore doing all the flavor, but you got to get your main meal set before you can go doing all that little fun stuff. So all right. Definitely think this is the right direction to go. This is going to look pretty sharp, and it makes sense for the farming to be over here, actually. Now, I will have to figure out animals. That's going to be an interesting trick. Getting them up here is not going to be fun times. I'm actually kind of wondering how I'm going to pull that little trick off. Alright, well, you know what? I'm tired of all these monsters spawning, so let's... Oh, actually, it's almost dawn anyway, so... Alright, if I put stairs up there, that's a pretty fair distance away. I should not have too much trouble with it interfering with my area down here. But I am all but out of materials, so... Hello... There we are. Okay. Ah, that should be quite handy. So, I'm just gonna grab all this. Now the question is, was there any wood in here? There was not. Do I just bite the bullet now, do it right, and put myself a bunch of stairs up there? It would probably be the smart move. Or a bunch of, not stairs, but ladder. I had an axe. Yeah, I knew I did. Okay, there we go. Pardon me, folks. Just gonna need a little bit of lumber here. I don't know if this will be enough or not, but hopefully it'll do. The ladders ladders tend to be expensive. Don't ask me why. They're not prohibitively so, but man, it seems like they cost a lot for as many as you get. Alright, well, let's see how far that gets us. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go over to the forest and do some of that logging I was talking about earlier. So... we will Yeah, this is not going to make many at all. And can't see that getting me anywhere near the top there. Why, oh why did I have to decide to go that high up? Because I hate myself. Alright, well, no use whining. Just gotta get things done. That's just... well, actually, I will say, closer than I thought. Alright. I can work with this. I can absolutely work with this. Hey, oh, hey, apple. I could use some food. Gimme apple. Gimme. Ah, sweet. Saplings. We like saplings. We're going to be needing a good many of them. The problem is, I mean... yeah, I have nowhere near enough food for trying to go enderball traveling around here. Heck, I can't even take much more fall damage. Ugh. But I can get to at least... whoa, what is wrong with me? That was a full... oh, I can't believe I missed that entire stack. Actually, it's probably a good thing I did miss that entire stack. Otherwise, I probably would have turned it all into ladders, and I only need, like, 1 or 2 sets more. So, happy coincidences. Happy coincidences. Yeah, it's not incompetence, I swear. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, spare ladders are not going to be the end of the world. It'll actually be kind of handy to have them. Just, I don't want to be sitting with a huge stock of them. Otherwise, life will get irritating quickly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gets us up here. Okay. So, I think the next order of business... because I do not have... I mean, what I'd really like to do, since I'm, you know, coming up on starving pretty quickly here... just chow down on that apple. I don't... no, this zombie meat won't be enough to get me up that I could start regaining health, so I'm just gonna have to suck it up here. What I will start to do... alright, we will start with the tree farm. And I'm not sure I'm real likely to go doing tons of automated sort of work. This is kind of going to be more aesthetic than it's going to be super duper heavily efficient modes of farming. So I'm just kind of accepting that. Truth be told, I don't really need lots and lots of any one thing. I can make do with some fairly normal farms. That's kind of not going to be the end of the world. And something I'm going to have to keep telling myself is get the basics in. Once I've got the basics in, I can renovate an area and make it look and function better. I just have to actually have something in here to do it with. That's the real trick. And when you have the perfectionist of, but it must be perfect, it can actually be harder to convince yourself of that than you would think. It's one of those, well, why not do it right the first time? Because I don't have the resources to do it right the first time. Get it working, then get it looking real nice. That is the trick, and it's not always real easy to convince yourself to do it. I'm gonna have to remember, I'm just gonna silk touch a few blocks with grass on them and bring them up, because I don't want just plain dirt sitting up here forever, and I might as well start the dirt growing now, or the grass growing now, and save myself some aggravation down the road. Speaking of which, I have no more dirt. Well, that's just silliness. I've got to have more. There's no way I don't. I can't even sprint. Oh my. Alrighty, there we go. Hopefully I don't die to my horrible, horrible, unseemly death. That would be kind of embarrassing. So I will scamper down here and hope for no love. What do I have in here? Unbreaking and efficiency, some ender. Got some grass. I have bumpkus. Okay. Was this the ladder down? Yeah, okay, I just missed it. Alright, we're going to take one trip, and I will take that opportunity to show you the lovely nether loot that I got. It's not a lot, but it's enough to get me set up for a lot of what I would want to do. So, can't complain there. Plus, I also have something resembling food in this lovely little mining shack, so it's probably a good idea to make a quick run back to Sanctuary. I was growing some reeds over there, so we won't have any trouble setting up the reed farm. That'll be pretty trivial, truth be told. It's just gonna be a matter of getting all the niceties set up as quickly as possible. You-do-do. Nothing here to blow me up. Haven't run into that yet. Don't want to. Ah, carrots. What's keeping me alive at the moment, depressingly. Oh, crap. Can't believe I did that. That one wasn't ripe. Alright, that should be enough to keep me out of trouble here. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons. I mean, this is no way to live, let's be honest. I want a real farm set up with lots of easy, robust food production. But that is not what we came for. I'll grab a couple of stacks of this. There's a nice stack of dirt. Do I have any more sitting around? I do. I'm just gonna grab it all because I'm probably going to need it. Now, do I have... I do not have any grass blocks. Do I have... There's a silk touch. I'm hoping this will work. Yeah, that's one of my... When I'm down in the strip mines, I always try to bring a silk touch because I always want to fortune everything. So usually I've got a silk touch sitting around. It's... now, I think this might be my last one, but I should be able to grab... Well, I can always head back to the... Actually, I need to... You might see an episode of me back in the end, because I did not finish up that one area. And I definitely need to. I more than owe those guys finishing up that job. So I'll put that back on the list, and I'll just put this pick... I'm also going to have to make a more formal, less irritating way to get up to this from my strip mine. I could always just flat out tunnel over there. Although I'd have to go through all the caves, which could be dangerous. But I probably have... My strip mine, I'm almost positive, is extended this far at least. So I could try to just hijack the strip mine and have a little secret in and out from there. I don't know. I'll have to think on that. For now, tree farm. I just want to finish the tree farm. Oh, crap. Screw it. Oh, just try not to die. That's going to be the goal for a second here. And even if I do die, I should be able to... Yeah, I was very glad I remembered to make sure I was back here before the nether reset. Otherwise, I'd have never found my base again. That's depressing, but it's kind of the truth. This one is kind of far off the beaten path, and even the nether trip is fairly extensive, and I have not cut a... Man, I have so much to do on this server, because I have not cut a path to the nether hub, which they've been working on, and they've been redone, I believe. I have not even seen that. So I need to cut away back to that. Not to mention, I still need to make a spawn house. I mean, I was gathering materials for my spawn house. That was my initial thought of what I was going to do. But then with the nether reset, I was like, oh, I might as well wait and set myself up a railroad so I can actually cart stuff back and forth from here. Because this is where all of my resources are. Let's be perfectly clear about that one. Lighting, because it is starting to get dark. Oh, that's a little bit much. Don't go crazy, just because I don't want spawns. Do not go super duper nuts here. And I will set up an aesthetically pleasing lighting system. That's going to be high on my list, because torches aren't bad. They're very appropriate in some decors, as it were, but this is just leaving torches everywhere is something I don't like doing if I can avoid it. It's cheesing it in pretty much every sense of the word. Not judging people who do. If that's what you like, by all means. I more power to you. It's totally cool, but it's just kind of not my thing personally. You know what? I might as well drop one of these grass blocks here and start it growing. While I go grab more torches. I think I can make the shot from here, and I'm pretty sure I have torches there, so... Oh, I undershot that. Get back up here. Actually, I think I'm the only one on the server, so screw you. Screw you, nighttime. Screw you. We're sleeping, we're sleeping, we're sleeping. And we're awake. Yay! No monster spawns for us. No torches, but I can make torches. I'll accept that answer. I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of them. Okay. So, we go see if anything is spawned on the tree area. And that's what this first area is gonna be, because wood is what I'm planning on being probably the primary building material for this entire structure. That and wool. There's gonna be stone mixed in, don't get me wrong, but it's not gonna be... It's just not what I'm planning for. Ah, sweet. It's already spreading, so that works. Alrighty. So, we might as well get it started on what its purpose in life is. 1, 2, 3. Actually, how wide is this? I mean, it's... Well, let's just experiment with this row. It's probably going to be easier. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And then one off. Alright, not quite. So we'll say there can be one in the center here. I mean, I think I could do higher density, but I don't know that I really see any serious reason to. I'm just going to have the silk touch since this is now spreading on its own. It should not be a problem. So, I am having these be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright. I think I'll just do like that. That should do me fairly solid. And no, this is not the most efficient. This is just... It should start me getting some trees and some leaves, because I am going to want some leaves before all is said and done. I'm also going to want different types of wood, so I have no problem. And once this is... Well, this is going to be the heavy production sort of phase. This is... I'm going to want a lot of wood fairly quickly. This might change into something, again, more aesthetically appealing later down the road, or it might not. I mean, tree farm is tree farm. There's... might not be a bad idea to... It is what it is, and it should look like it. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, hopefully this will give me lots and lots of nice shiny trees and lots of nice shiny wood that I won't have to go farming down there all the time for. But for now, I think that's it. I mean, this is... I'll probably fill this in. I might even try to make it wood. I don't know. Well, at the very least, I won't have those areas just sitting. And hopefully the tree farm will start producing. But that's not bad. This will be, in the end, in the very, very far future, it will end up being a marketplace. And this will be the first of many, many farms to get set up here. But for now, that's enough to get us started. You at least have seen what madness is planned. So, if you happen to have liked this content, if you happen to want to see where this is all going, please feel free. Oh, and you were here for our first tree. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Let's go check this out. But if you want to see how all this works out, please leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe. It helps more than you can imagine. So, for now, this is the Gaming Gryphon with a shiny new tree farm, signing off.